Down here with the grizzled veteran, Greg Kendall. Greg, you've been at this for a few years. Tell us a little how you got started.
Well, racing wasn't really very prevalent over around the Paola area, and there was a couple guys that had a couple old stock cars that hung around when I was, 10, 11, 12 years old, and I just always wanted to get to the racetrack. Well, finally I had an old boy when I turned about 18 and said, hey, buy some gas and some tires and we'll go, and, that's a 27-year-ago story. Here I still am, so it kind of caught on.
That's when you guys are beating up on people over at Martin County Speedway, right?
Yeah, trying to beat up on the competition. We were getting it done for the most part.
And there were some tough guys back, in the super stock days back there. You, Lee Hobbs, Rick McCormick, you had all kinds of guys over there that could win each night.
Well, and we were racing a lot too. We'd run Friday night at Bloomington, and we'd go to Logody on Saturday, and we'd run Red Hill on Sunday night. So we had a lot of stock car racing going on. I mean, that was at a point we were running 34 or 5 races a year.
And if you've never seen Red Hill, just imagine a track built out of Legos. If you look at the way it's built, the outside walls look like Legos, literally. Ain't that right?
A very fun racetrack. Had a lot of issues with roughness, but a big place where you could race.
Now tell us about you got into the late models. You teetered around in the super late models. Now you're in the crates. Tell us about how you got into this.
Well, pretty much just following John Gill. I mean, John was has been a great friend for a long time, and coming over and hearing the stories only he can tell. Just I had a want to do it anyway, and he just kind of fueled my fire and kind of helped me get going with this.
What is your have you accomplished what you've wanted to accomplish in your racing career? Is there anything left that you haven't done?
Yeah, I'd like to be a little more competitive over here than we are. We've got a Rayburn 4-bar car that was new last year. That was something that Greg Johnson was fooling around with running when he ran the 49 car, and we have the only one of those cars. So we don't have anybody sharing info with us, and we're just trying to find our way with that car, and we're just doing the best we can with it. And like I said, nobody's sharing info with us, so we're second in the super points. So we'll take that, and this crate's just a lot of fun, but these guys are so close. We've broke twice this year, and I think it's dropped us out of the top 10, but this is really, really some competitive racing.
Now, you have a crate and a super, correct?
I do.
And the super is a 525, is that right?
No, the super is a Pro Power.
Okay. But you did run the 525 for a while, right?
I did for about 3 races.
Just something you just weren't into? Or?
Well, I didn't see where it was going to benefit us. And there was a lot of, we were going to get a weight break. We weren't getting a weight break. And, a motor came around that I thought was a deal, and I had a chance to move that one on, so I made a decision.
And it's working.
Yeah, it's fine, and I don't think there's anything exceptionally, wrong with a 525. I think Marty O'Neill has a lot of success with one.
And I know you got a lot of good crew behind you. You got some drivers on your crew as well.
Right. Yeah. Rick Souders has been with me probably a good 12, 14 years, and then the other boy, Kerry Fleener, he was a champion motocrosser when he was young. So we all share that little drug of racing.
Now for you history buffs, Rick Souders used to drive number 38, okay, and Kerry Fleener drove a 4F. It was yellow, green, white.
Exactly.
Super stock. You couldn't miss it.
Exactly.
The Frogtown Flyer.
Exactly. And at one point when we were stock carring, I think it was 99, we won 13 races in a row.
And actually, here's another history buff. I don't want to date myself. You won the Jackson 100, and I still got the picture. I was actually in the picture with you holding the checkered flag.
And I would like to have that picture because I never got it.
I'll give it to you next time.
If you could ever find it, I'd love to have it. But, I got to give some credit. I run into some boys back early in my career. I actually went to Lagodi and watched a race, and that's where I encountered Darren Davis.
Yes.
And Dennis Couch, and they had that blue and white 6 car down there, and they just blew the field away.
The old Vic's Liquors car.
And they were just really, really good, and they were nice guys, and I talked to them a little bit, and lo and behold, the next week I'm on my way to the Columbus car auction, and they're set that 6 car out front for sale, and I bought it, and rest is history.
There you have it, and I know you have some sponsors you want to give thanks to.
I do. I'm Kendall Trucks and Parts out of Orleans, Indiana. We buy and sell, diesel trucks, and, we've always got CJ, and he helps us all he can. Rick Souders, Souders Paint and Body out of Heltonville, and then, of course, Travis. We run Travis's engine. So, we just get out here, and we're still having fun, and we like to race at Brownstown.
That's what it's about, fun. Greg Kendall, ladies and gentlemen, here at Brownstown.